We've all been there. You sit down to get something done, but suddenly you're hungry. Or maybe your desk needs to be cleaned. Or you should probably do just one quick thing first. And before you know it, the whole day is gone. And here's the scary part. This isn't just happening with your assignments or work. This is happening with your life. Right now, 2025 is flying by. We're already in March. And if you're not careful, you'll blink. And that's another year gone with nothing to show for it. In the episode Procrastination, SpongeBob is assigned an 800-word essay. But instead of writing, he does everything else first. This episode isn't just a funny moment in SpongeBob history, it actually gives us a perfect look into procrastination. As we break it down, we'll explore why we procrastinate, and most importantly, how can we get past it? First, the illusion of productivity. SpongeBob prepares for his essay, sharpening his pencil, organizing his desk, and even saying he's 100% ready to get this thing done. But then he distracts himself with bubbles, a sandwich, and some exercise. It feels like he's making progress, right? But in reality, he's avoiding the core task. The illusion of productivity is something we all fall for. Getting caught up in activities that seem like work can trick us into thinking we're being productive when we're really just stalling. Next, the anxiety loop. At first, SpongeBob isn't worried. He figures he has plenty of time to write his essay. But as the hours go by, he starts feeling the pressure, and soon, the anxiety kicks in. The task hasn't gotten any harder, but the fear of it has. This happens because procrastination leads to anxiety. The longer we put things off, the more overwhelming the task becomes. This is a vicious cycle, and it's exactly what happens to SpongeBob. Next, the fear of missing out. SpongeBob looks outside and sees Patrick and Sandy having fun in the sun, while he's stuck inside stressing over his essay. This is the fear of missing out feeling we get when we procrastinate. While we're stuck inside in our own heads about unfinished tasks, it seems everyone else is living life. But truth is, this isn't about time. It's about mindset. When we focus too much on what others are doing, we forget that we are not in a race. Lastly, the fear of the first step. For SpongeBob, the hardest part isn't finishing the essay. It's starting it. He's paralyzed by the blank page. This fear of starting is something many of us face when we procrastinate, but it's the first step that's often the hardest. Once you take it, the rest becomes easier. Okay, great. So we've identified the problems, but how do we break the cycle? The secret to overcoming procrastination is simpler than it seems. Just simply start. Stop falling for the illusion of productivity. That means cutting out tasks that only make you feel busy without actually moving you forward, like organizing your desk or checking your phone. Break tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces, so it's less overwhelming. And don't let the fear of the first step stop you. Taking just 10 minutes to work on something is enough to gain momentum. Trust me, I've tried it. Shift your mindset from avoiding the task to taking action, even if it's a small one. Hey, if you got to this point, I would just like to say thank you for sticking around. And if you found this video at all helpful, please consider subscribing and maybe leaving a like on this video. It really helps the channel grow. And in the comments, let me know, what's one thing you're procrastinating on right now? Let's start taking those first steps together.